Insert the shaft into kickstarter gear after aligning the punch mark on the kickstarter gear and the shaft. Keep the spring and the washer. Then insert the complete assembly in the right hand side crankcase from the right side and then install the stopper plate. Now keep the return spring and the spacer and put the spring in the locating hole. Now install the circlip. Install the strainer by tightening the two screws. Ensure that the projected position of the strainer is towards outside. Now install the strainer cover with its O-ring and tighten all the 3 bolts of 8 mm. Tool on the crankcase. Now tighten the special tool on crankshaft, then tighten the 22 number nut of the special tool to install the crankcase shaft in the crankcase. But remember, ensure that the connecting rod is holding in center to avoid the band of connecting rod. Install the gear stopper lever. Install the drive axle and the counter shaft together in the crankcase. Ensure the fitment of the shims on the bottom and top of the first gear of the drive axle. Install one fork on counter shaft and 2 forks on the drive axle. Install the gear stopper segment by aligning the locating pin in the cam shifter shaft. Now ensure that the cam shifter is in neutral position by putting the groove in the bottom side. Install the fork pin in the cam shifter groove. Install the big pin for the drive shaft and the small pin for the counter shaft. Install the spring on the gear stopper lever and the holding pin. Now install the balancer gear on the crankshaft locating fin and ensure that the punch mark should be on the upside. Install the balancer by aligning the balancer punch mark with the punch mark on the crankshaft gear. Install the dowel pins in the crankcase left hand. Now keep the shim on the balancer gear of the crankshaft as per the requirement of the engine. Apply the 3-bond 1215 on the chamber. Then close the chamber. Check and ensure the free movement of crankshaft and the drive axle. Install the balancer nut with the washer. Install 13 numbers of crankcase bolts of 8 mm. At 11 Newton meters torque. Ensure that the bolts are tightened in a criss-cross pattern.